Hello guys, and welcome to my new little short-ish, I hope, series called Without Within. So, this game I picked off of Steam. It's free and stuff like that. Yeah. After my last playthrough of Let Me Save You, Your Faithful Companion, I feel like it was too short, and I wanted to do another one, just so I could take a little break in between, Don't Take It Personally, Babe, Season 2 and 3. Oh my god. I hope this is a short game. It seems like it, and as you can see, the main character is fucking beautiful. Just look at her eyes. Or her eyelashes, whatever. So, we're gonna start. So, Without Within is basically about calligraphy or something. This girl who has a grandmother who wants her to focus on calligraphy, but she's like bad at it or doesn't want to, and she wants to be like a typical popular schoolgirl. I don't remember the plot of this game. I just know something about calligraphy. Oh, it is about popularity. Vinci! The chants of my fans echo through the door in front of me. One of my two bodyguards wrapped his hands around the doorknob. Please prepare yourself, Miss Vinci. Once I open this door, we'll head straight for our limo. The guard had no reason to fret. I had long since grown used to these crowds. Still, I nodded to put him at ease. After taking a deep breath, he pushed the door open. See, she's beautiful. Too bad this is a dream. A crowd of hundreds raised their cameras as soon as I stepped out. My guards waved their arms to shoot them away. This red carpet was for me to walk on, after all. I blew a kiss for these star-struck peasants. Miss Vinci, please, let's... Oh, fuck, wrong voice. Miss Vinci, please, let's hurry. Let us hurry. My bodyguard said. Too bad for him. I strode along like a model on a catwalk. The art is beautiful. A group of reporters managed to worm through the crowd. They now tiptoed over my guards in hopes of scoring that exclusive. Vinci, how does it feel to have won another Calligrapher of the Year? Oh yeah, it is. Do famous calligraphers have these many fans? She's treating it like she's a singer or something. Of the Year award, the reporter asked me. Before I could answer, another dozen people shouted over each other, hoping for my attention. Vinci, may I get a photo with you? Can you sign some autographs for my kids? And two for me, of course. I can't believe I'm standing this close to Vinci! My fans stamped their dirty shoes all over the red carpet. Finally, my bodyguards pull out their pepper spray to keep these fans in check. A young male reached in my direction despite having a spray aimed at his face, rather admirable for a peasant. I extended a hand for this male fan to kiss. Unfortunately for him, he fainted at the sight of my perfectly polished nails. I reached my limousine at last. My bodyguard opened the door for me. As I climbed in, my trailing fans snapped as many photos as they could. Miss Vinci! The crowd chanted as my car window pulled up. How odd. They never referred to me as a miss. Oh, my graceful peasants must have been too much for their sanity. These poor things. Miss Vinci! See? Oh. Well, I had fun while it lasts. At least I got to ride in a limousine for a good 30 seconds. In real life, my only registered vehicle was, well, my 10-year-old bicycle. My apartment had no space for a car anyway. Actually, the single room with cracked walls might be an insult to the word apartment. Pull up those curtains for a spectacular $1 view, featuring a sewage pipe and a wall tainted with yellow. That's great. Just open the window if you wish to smell the sewage as well. A breathtaking experience. Literally. By the way, sorry, I needed to take back the one room thing. This place actually had 2 rooms, thank you very much. The second room happened to be a toilet. That still counts, right? The toilet clogged 3 times a month, so be careful when using it. Miss Vinci. A woman's voice echoed from outside. She was no fan, but rather my landlady. Oh. I glanced over at my clock. 6 a.m. Waiting another hour or two would have been nice. She probably wanted to tell me about another rent rise. Nothing good ever came out of that woman's mouth. I would be better off staying in bed. Fucking rise and shine, bitch. Coming! As I changed it to something more appropriate, the landlady still kept knocking. I said I was coming, did I not? Maybe I should walk out naked if that was what she dug. If this were a game, we might get a sale boost too. You look wonderful. Good morning, Miss Vinci, the landlady said. I must ask, what's with the hair? It looks like you just woke up. That's because I did. It was a waste for young ladies. It's a waste for young ladies like you to sleep away your youth. The landlady shook her head. Just because you're not young? She had no right to preach to me like this. I wanted to tell her, but decided against it, as doing so would give her an excuse to lecture me further. With her size, if I arranged her, she would squash me into Vinci-flavored pancake. Miss Vinci, your rent was due 3 days ago. I realized I have a really small body. If you look at my head to body proportion, it's really fucking... no. Oh, well, at least there was no rent increase. So, sorry, ma'am. My next paycheck will come after tonight's shift, so I'll pay you first thing tomorrow morning. The landlady grunted. Alright, just know that if this keeps up, you'll have to find somewhere else to live. I love my anime posters, Jesus. She spun around to leave. When she disappeared around behind the corridor, I kicked my door shut, causing a piece of my cracked wall to fall off. I tried shoving the piece back into place, my effort resulting in more wall fragments flaking off. Great, the landlady would make me pay for that next month. Once I became an accomplished calligrapher, she would beg for a chance to shine my shoes. Hey, I sounded a bit rancy before, but that was never my intention. A lot of famous people had humble beginnings. I will follow in their footsteps, but first I needed to put in the work. Transition! And so I returned to the busiest street in my area. When my calligraphy spread before me, I said, oh wow, I like her outfit. It's a little revealing, but I like it. I sat on the concrete, that's not concrete, that's wood, and rested my back against the fence. That's a metal railing. Car horns blared behind me, mixed with the people shouting things about each other's mother. These cars kept expelling fumes that made me choke, which is one of the things I had dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost an inch of the space on the street ahead. Surely this would be the day when somebody spotted my talent. As always, no one afforded me anything more than a passing glance, and my will soon dwindled. Let me be honest, I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. What was that old saying? 10% of the people who reach out will buy your work. I could live with that, even just 1%. Please, anything but 0. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. Good business people do not rant. Preserve. I decided to keep up with these displeasures to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. I wonder if my patience would ever become worthwhile. Just as I thought this, a man paused to look at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. The man eyed my work one by one. I felt my cheeks heating up with anticipation. At last, someone who spared more than a moment with my works. This must be my reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I summoned the courage to speak with the man, but he spoke first. You're charging for these? I managed a tiny nod. The man snorted. I would never hang these on my wall, even if you gave them to me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. Trolls online are one thing. Confronting one with real life was a rarity. Judging from the man's scrawny arms, I bet I could overpower him with ease. Then he would know just how big of a blunder he had made. Can I save? Bitch, I'm tackling you to the fucking ground. I crunched up one of my calligraphies and rose. The man must have sensed my violent intent. As he stepped back and shielded his face with a bucket of chicken. I threw a punch at him before he could flee into the crowd. My fist connected with the side of his head. That marked the first time I ever hit someone. My knuckles hurt from the blow, but seeing the guy's dropped jaw made it worthwhile. He probably grew up this way because nobody ever dared to punish him. A couple of pedestrians popped in and held me back from attacking the man further. I squirmed against their grips, but gave up as my anger waned. Once my breathing returned to normal, the civilians loosened their hold and I brushed myself free. I'll remember this. The man fled for the train station, eating another piece of chicken as he did so. I hoped he choked on it. The next morning, someone knocked on my door. I checked the clock. 5 a.m. When would the landlady cut me a break? Miss Vinci? Oh fuck, it's the police. I kept a hand over my mouth, as if keeping quiet would make the police go away. They must be here to ask about my assault yesterday. The guy I punched was nothing but talk. I should have let him ramble. God knew what would have befallen me now. I kinda knew the police would come, but I pray I would at least be spared a jail sentence. Tears streaked down my cheeks as I buried myself under the blanket. This had nothing more than a bad dream. That end. Okay. So let's go back to the part where I didn't punch him. I'll see you guys there. So we're back at this part. We're gonna restrain ourselves. Folks always say to ignore trolls. I clenched my teeth and stayed put. After chuckling in my face, the man shrugged it off. Determined to prove him wrong, I continued to say it and wait for potential customers. Another dozen people walked by without sparing me a look. Lingering here any longer would be a waste of time. As I packed my things, I insisted I was leaving because my part-time job started in an hour. Deep inside, I knew that man's word had rocked my confidence. Giving up on calligraphy would mean I had wasted all this time over nothing. Yet if I lacked a gift, preserving might make things worse. Tears welled in my eyes as I clenched my fists to hold them back. Speaking of tears, I heard a kid crying within the crowd. Looked like we had a lost child on our hands. Some pedestrians shot him glances, but none of them offered more than that. These really were horrible people. To cheer myself up, I told myself I would never want my calligraphy to be owned by people like that. Oh god. Excuse me. Excuse me. I should help the kid, but that would mean being late for my job. I don't need that, man. Let's help the kid. If I judge orders for abandoning a kid, then did the same myself, I would be a jerk and a hypocrite. With a sigh, I walked up to the boy. There, it's okay. Did you lose Mummy? The boy was sobbing too hard to answer. I leaned in and shook his back with one hand and his head with the other. Let me know if you lost Mummy, okay? I'll help you find her, so there's no need to be scared. The kid managed to nod at last, and I whispered good boy into his ears. What's your Mummy's name? Hungry? Her name is Hungry? The boys told me, growled, and I realized what you meant. Oh, well, how about I buy you a sandwich? The kid shook his head. I want ice cream. Hey, kid. Ice cream is more of a dessert, actually. I want ice cream. And so ice cream it was. One for him and none for me. The money came out of my pocket, of course, in my poor wallet. At least this kid could have eaten the whole thing rather than let half of it melt on his shirt. Jessie, the boy said. That's Mummy's name. Jessie! Jessie! I called as I strode along the street. Now people stared at me more than ever, enough to make me blush. In fact, maybe I should try shouting Jessie at random the next time I stole my calligraphies. The sky turned orange as time ticked by. Yes, I knew my shift started half an hour ago. Stop reminding me. A woman squeezed through the crowd and scurried towards us. She ran past the red light, nearly getting hit by a truck in the process. Mummy! The boy shook free of my hold and rushed to his mother's embrace. After muttering apologies to her son, the woman gazed towards me. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for your help. You're wonderful, just wonderful. A torment of praise curled my lips into a stupid grin. Anyone would have done the same. Please, if there's anything I could do in return, just let me know, the mother said. Actually, there's something I need help with. The mother nodded. Anything in my power, miss. Which way back to the train station? Within. Oh, this was like a transition like that. The sky had gone dark by the time I arrived at work. I opened the restaurant door gingerly to avoid making any sounds. Stealth mode switched on. They called me Ninja Vinci for a reason. Miss Vinci! This voice of my boss nearly made me jump onto the ceiling fan. Sorry I'm late, I wanted to explain, but my boss glared at me and my tongue slurred out a bunch of syllables. My explanation was in there somewhere, probably, maybe. I received an earful from my boss, but at least I got to keep my job. Several colleagues shot me frowns for not being here in such a busy period. In the end, I took all the blame without complaint. Well, at one point I locked myself inside the toilet and screamed into the bowl. I also might or might not have fantasized about dunking my workmate's head into the toilet. That was for me alone to know, though. At least I earned my paycheck for needed to keep the landlady quiet for another month. As for the month after that, we should see when the time came. All I wanted was to pursue my art, but reality kept pursuing me towards finding a second job. On my way home, I spotted a banner for an upcoming visual novel called Princess Area. The game had long been hyped on every forum I knew. Amazing art along with the cast of famous voice actors. The writer and composer were big names too. For Princess Aria to have an ad this big, there must have been a lot of money put behind the project. The way this banner hung high gave me the sense it was extra important. Bright light shone on the princess's face to impress potential players. Yes, that's what I really needed. If I had a banner like that, no doubt people would line up to buy my calligraphy. I could already imagine now how folks would react as I walked along the streets. Hey, I think that was Vinci. Wow, no way, you mean that famous calligrapher I see on all of those banners? Yeah, she must be really good. Maybe we should ask her for her autograph. My agent would then step in to speak on my behalf. Please line up in an orderly fashion, everyone. How much for an autograph? Shut up and take my money. My agent nodded in response. Autographs are available for $100, thanks. That would be $100, thanks. The game shop owner said. Princess Aria costs twice what I had predicted. If I bought the game, then I would have too little left for rent. I opened my wallet, hoping I might have more cash on hand than I realized. Turned out I had less, actually. I held my head, and the storekeeper sighed. His arch eyebrow pressured me into buying the game. I did ride 3 trains to get here. Might as well pick something up. I told the shopkeeper how much money I had, and he shook his head. The store owner pulled out a different game from under the table. He brushed away the dust on it so I could see the cover. The Tarot Red Sunflower War, some visual novel about the battlefield. Oops. Copyright 1999, the bottom read. No wonder it was so cheap. Art by InvertMouse, whoever the heck that was. The front cover would fit perfectly in the kindergarten classroom. I flipped the case to see what highlighted on the back. The game was supported up to 640 to 480 resolution. Truly a pinnacle of technology. The storekeeper grimaced. He must have sensed that I wanted to say no. His stare made my palms stain with sweat. I ended up buying the game. Dealing with folks like that had always been a weakness of mine. Remind me to never visit the store again. Okay. So I think that's all for Without Within. I'll probably be playing the rest of the game. Ignore this scene. Okay, ignore it. Keep ignoring it. Keep ignoring it. So see you guys in the next part when I upload it, and bye.